Welcome guys to the show. On today's video, I'm going to get into the details on how I got hacked and how you can protect yourself. So let's dive right into this and let's talk about this whole thing. The way it started off was by me receiving an email asking me on basically an advertising slot, right? So what they were pretending to do is, or pretending to say, is that they wanted me to do a review video on a video editing program, and they were going to pay me for that, right? And that happens. We do get emails every once in a while from different companies asking us if we are willing to do an advertising on their product or stuff like that, right? So then I said, sure, I'd be interested, right? So here is their email address. I'm going to put it up on the screen here on who sent me this email, right? And I'm also going to be showing all of these screenshots on the screen throughout the video as we go along. And I'll also be uploading it to both of my channels, to my outdoor nomadic outdoor adventures and travel show, and on my tech tips and tricks. And I will have links below for everything that I talk about in this video, and perhaps maybe a little bit of a description on everything. But anyway, so I went to their website, I looked at it. Yeah, sure, looks like a video editing website or video editing program, right? So I'm looking through the website, everything looks legit. So I proceed to go ahead and download the software, downloaded it, and I looked in the details panel under the application, and luckily I took a screenshot, so you'll see that here on the screen. And so one of the things that should have thrown a red flag right away was the file name says overdue. Well, that's kind of suspicious, right? But anyways, the application was 503 MB, so you know, usually video editing programs are fairly big, so it's to be expected, right? So then I proceed to install the program. Next thing I know, my antivirus program kicks in and it says it has detected a Trojan.Spam.Malware. Well, I proceed to go ahead and disinfect it, and well, my program says it's disinfected it, but by this time the hackers have already changed my username, password, my backup email address, my phone number. They gone in there and changed my name with this hacking tool. So next thing I know, I wait a couple of days, tried to contact YouTube right away. We're not really getting anywhere, so I do a lot of studying on the internet, watch a lot of YouTube videos on how other people have gone about if their channel was hacked, and there is plenty of them out there. I've watched quite a few people that have gotten their channel hacked over the last couple of years, right, and how they went about recovering it and getting their account back. But anyway, so I tried everything in my power to do it, and nothing really happened with my YouTube channel for a couple of days. And everybody else that had their channel hacked, I don't know how long it took with their channels, but they said eventually they went in there, deleted their videos, all their description and everything was being deleted, and then they started uploading their own junk. Well, this happened on a Saturday, on June 6, 2020, at about 7:17 p.m. in the evening. Then this whole thing happened, when I basically, you know, tried to install the program, and it was a hacking tool. And basically what that hacking tool does is if you click on it, it automatically runs in the background. You won't see nothing on your screen happening or anything like that. And what that hacking tool does is, as long as you are logged in on your web browser with your Google account, they don't need the two-factor verification code sent to your phone because you're already logged in. Because I did have that enabled on my account, And so because of all of that, with that hacking tool, they were able to get around all of the two-factor authentication and all of that. Next thing I know, I'm just starting, my phone is starting to lit up, and I'm getting all kinds of notifications that my backup email address has been changed, my phone number has been changed, my password has been changed, and I right away clicked on it to try and secure my account, and it was too late. They already done everything they wanted to do. And so anyways, this was on Monday, I want to say on Monday, the following Monday after Saturday, after they hacked me. Then all of a sudden I get a notification on my phone saying that they are doing a live show on my channel. And while they were at hacking my first channel, I also have this Tech Tips and Tricks channel here. They attempted to get that account as well, but I was quick enough to stop them from getting access to that. So luckily I was able to keep that account. But anyway, so because of that, I got the email on my other account, email account, that they were doing a live show on that channel, because I was still subscribed with Tech Tips and Tricks channel, right? So then right away, I went in there and reported them for everything in the book that I could throw at him. And then finally I was able to somehow, I don't know exactly where I clicked on. I think I clicked on the three dots on the top of the channel, and finally it was giving me an option to email YouTube, and right below it said chat, live chat. So I clicked on that, and it actually was the wrong department, but I was able to talk to them, and it was the department that handles the purchasing stuff side of things on YouTube. So they were actually not really able to help me too much. But what they were able to do is get a hold of, I guess, the right people at YouTube, and they were able to shut this channel down completely. But by that time, I had noticed they had already changed my channel banner art. That's the picture you'll see on top there usually. They had already changed that. And by this time, it shows I got no content on my channel. Like, really? They have deleted all of my videos. I had probably about 1,900 videos on my channel. So anyways, so now my channel has been deleted, and now we're trying to figure out how we can protect ourselves. And well, I do have a few ways that you can protect yourself, and I'm going to go through them here on my next step. So let's get right into it. And one of the things that you guys can do, if you guys are ever getting an email and there is a company wanting to ask you to advertise on your channel their product, may it be an actual product or may it be a software especially, you got to be careful with. There is this one website that I have discovered by doing my research here, where you can look up all kinds of information about a website, how long they have been in business, who they are registered with, who their domain name was registered to, and all of that. And that will give you guys really good information on whether or not this is a legitimate company or not, right? A lot of times, if it's not a legitimate company, their website was probably just created a few days ago or a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, right? But here is a way you can look up information about any kind of website. You can do it on any website and do a research on them, right? So the website is called WHOIS, and I will leave the link in the description below so you guys can check it out. And all you got to do is type in the domain name, which is, for instance, my website is rudidueck.com, right? So all I got to type in is Rudi Dueck, or just, yeah, rudidueck.com basically, or even just my my actual name. You don't even have to type the www, all that stuff, or the .com. Just got to type in Rudi Dueck, and right away, as you guys can see, it shows exactly my domain name, who I'm registered with, on what day I registered my website, when it was last updated, all of that stuff. Now, I did pay on my my service provider over here to have my information confidential a little bit. So the address that you see here is not correct, but it is in Canada. But like, I do live in Canada, but I do not live in Toronto, right? But anyway, so here you guys can see a pretty good information about, for instance, my website and stuff like that. And it shows you when it was registered and all of that, right? So let me show you what their website actually looked like. And I didn't know this in advance, but hey, and do me a favor, please do not go to their website or even the website where the domain name was registered at, because I did, and there is viruses on even the domain place where you can register your domain name at. Even their website has viruses in there, so I don't know if they're all connected, if it's all one big group that's doing all of this. So anyways, this is the website that they sent me to download their software, right? Well, had I known at it in advance, I would have noticed right here that on June 5th is when they actually registered this domain name, and on June 6th is when they hacked me. So that is a red flag right there, right? And so if I had known about this website, I could have looked them up, and hey, I could have protected myself, right? And this guy or this person does not look like they have paid for protecting their information, but they did not release any addresses in here. But they do have an email address in here. I don't know if it's a real email address. They do have a phone number in here. You guys can do with it whatever you want. If you can't quite make out what it is, I'll spell it out for you. It's NIKASAMARINAVOS@gmail.com. That is their contact information, and you guys can go ahead and play with them if you want. I wouldn't recommend it because they'll probably try and hack you as well. And then lower, you can here a little bit lower, you can see some raw data on the website itself. You can also send an email if there is abuse being done with this domain name. You can send a abuse complaint into them right here. However, I did that. Doesn't really help you anything. They come back with saying, oh, this domain name doesn't exist anymore, blah, blah, blah. Really useless with this company because, in my opinion, it is a Russian company. But anyways, there is also another website right here, Have I Been Pwned? And basically what this website has a lot of data inside of it. And this is also one way you can check whether or not of any of the websites on the internet that you have ever created an account at, have they ever been hacked, or has their data or your username and password ever been leaked? So that is where this website comes in really handy. And it also has information about passwords. For instance, if those passwords have ever been leaked on the internet, basically on the black market, or the hackers are trying to sell it, right? They actually collect that data, and you can actually check your password on this particular website to see if it's ever been used or ever been registered in the database. And if it has, it will show you that it is a no good password to use. So let's take a look at a email address. And this was my email address, and that is the one that got hacked. And here you guys can see that in 2019, Canva, or whatever how you want to pronounce it, was basically hacked, and 137 million subscribers, their data was exposed, including email addresses and usernames, name, city, and of residence, and passwords stored on the bcrypt hashes and all of that. Users not using social logins. The data was provided, you know, and all of this stuff, right? So that is why I'm telling you guys, this is a really, really good website to see whether or not your username was ever compromised on any of the websites, any of the platforms. For instance, Dailymotion here in 2016 in October. there was a bunch of usernames and email addresses and passwords that were leaked. Another one here, and that's just my email address. You can check your own, right? But let's just have a look at passwords. Now I haven't typed in any password, but let's just type in a random password. Let's just do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and let's hit enter. Obviously it doesn't show you the actual password, but right here you can see that this password has been leaked. 7,000, oh no, it looks like 7 million. Anyways, you do not want to use this password, right? Let's just use a different password, for instance, and just give it a try and see. See, I typed in the password, just used random numbers, whatever, and it says that this password has never been leaked and it has never been discovered to be found anywhere. So that's why I'm telling you that this is a great website to check to see whether or not your password has ever been compromised, or your email address, right? But we can go beyond that to secure our Google accounts, not just Google accounts. We can actually secure many accounts on the internet these days with a actual physical key, and Google actually sells it. I just went to the wrong page there. But it is Google's Titan security key, and this is what it looks like. You can get 3 different kinds of them, and it usually you can get them as a bundle, and it will come with this little thing right here, and it is actually a Bluetooth device that if you want to log into your account, you have to use that and press that button. And then the second one is usually considered a backup key. That can be a regular USB key, and when you insert it to log in, you have to press that little round circle right there. Or you can get a USB-C instead of a regular USB, because a lot of people might have a Mac computer and you might have to use a USB-C. However, if you do get the bundle, it does come with a USB adapter, so you can have a regular USB converted into a USB-C. So that is one way you can protect yourself, or that is a much higher security way of protecting yourself. And the second article that I actually wanted to show you actually comes directly from Google themselves. And they wrote this article on August 30th, 2018. I will have the links in the description below so you guys can go read it for yourself. But they claim down here, I found it here somewhere. Let me scroll down here. I found it in here somewhere, that in 2012 is when Google started using these type of keys. They didn't have their own at the time, but basically since they've been using this, none of their accounts have been compromised. Like, they have had 0 reports or confirmed cases of where hackers were or phishing attacks to their accounts. So that just goes to show you that this is a very secured method of securing your account. And not only can you secure Google accounts, you can, I have a website up here. Let me actually open it up right here, and the link will be in the description below as well, where you guys can go check out this website right here, USB Dongle Authentication System. And you can check out whether or not you can use that key, that Google Titan security key, on different platforms. And you can use it on multiple login accounts. You don't just have to, or you don't have to buy an additional key if you want to use it on a different account. Because for instance, on Microsoft login, you can use that key. And I know on Facebook you can use it. But let's take a look at the website. And you can choose, for instance, social media sites, and right here on the top it will tell you if it is web. Basically this security key is called FIDO2 or U2F or web authentication, basically, and it will tell you whether or not it is protected. And right here you can see that Facebook actually does have this feature to where you would have to use this security key to log in. So there is a bunch of data here. You can look at it and look at all the websites. It has a bunch of them listed in here. For instance, Twitter supposedly is, but it's not 100%. It's still using the basically your phone number to send you a code. But anyways, there is a lot of different websites that are starting to use this security key. And then if you want to go an extra step in securing your Google account with that Google Titan security key, you can go to this website, which is basically landing.google.com/advanced protection for Google, and you can enable an extra step of security with this security key. And what that will do, disable the two-factor authentication security code from being sent to your mobile device. Because sometimes what these hackers will even go and do is they'll call up your service provider, and they will say that, oh, you lost your SIM card, or you need to update certain information. And then sometimes they are able to get into your wireless provider's account, and they're able to go in there and change the text messages from being sent to your phone to have it sent to their phone if they have figured out your password and username. And then it would go to their phone, right? And well, then they get access to your account, right? Well, what this advanced protection program does is disables the option from being a code being sent to your phone. But what I would recommend for you guys to do is download this app right here, which is Google Smart Lock app. Basically right there, hopefully it will go into focus there. Should be able to see it there. It's basically Google Smart Lock, and what this will allow you to do is use that security key. I actually do have it. I do have it in my bag over there. I should have brought it over here just to show you guys. But if you can't log in for some odd reason, you can actually open up this app right here, and oops, let me just disable that. And it has an option right there where it says generate security code, and then you can generate a security code. You still have to use that key to press it, and then it will generate a security code so you can log into your account, right? So I think that is one of the best ways that you can secure yourself. And please, whatever you guys do, I've done a lot of research on this topic, and a lot of times all these hackers need to do is send you guys a link, and if you click one click on that link, if you are logged in with your Google account, that's all it takes. They can change everything in there without them having to send you a two-factor authentication code or anything like that. So whatever you do, do not click on websites that you do not know. Take these steps that I've told you about and verify that this is a legitimate website. If you don't recognize it, take these websites that I've shown you in here, do the research, have a look how long that website has been up, and if it is suspicious. Google is pretty good about reporting if it is a spammy website and stuff like that. And I did have another website right here. Let me see if I can find it. Google actually does have a website where you can actually report a website if it looks like it is a suspicious website. Here it is. I will also leave this link in the description below as well. So if you guys ever come across a website that is suspicious or has viruses or stuff like that, or suspicious activity on their website, you can go to this link right here, basically safebrowsing.google.com, and you can enter the URL, and you can enter a description on what's going on that particular website, and you can report it. And what will happen then is Google will give you a warning, especially if you're using Google Chrome, a warning, big warning. The whole screen will go red. I had that happen on one website the other day. The whole screen will go red, and it will say Google has reported that this is a dangerous website. Do not enter, right? And so do your part. If you see a suspicious website, report them. That's the best way to protect the rest of all of us, right? But with that being said, I think that's enough talking of me. I hope you learned something from this, and I certainly did. I'm still in the process of trying to recover my account, and I have finally been able to somewhat get in touch with YouTube. Not 100% yet, but I just tried to log into my old account here earlier today, and it was finally giving me an option to try and recover my account. It allowed me to write in a bunch of information. It asked me for additional information that I could enter to send over to YouTube, so that way they could verify whether or not I am the owner of that account. And my account has definitely been locked out, so nobody has access to it right now, which I keep my fingers crossed that is a good deal. I really hope that I can recover my account, because I had a lot of personal information in my emails and stuff like that, which, I mean, the hackers have now gotten it in their hands. I'm sure they downloaded a bunch of that stuff that I had personal information in my email, but it is what it is. I'm just here to teach you guys on how you can protect yourself and how to spot different hacking methods and stuff like that. And so let's be safe out there, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to leave a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you learned something from this. Check out all the links in the description below. Don't forget to leave a comment below and share this video with your friends and family on all your social media sites, so that way they can learn how to protect themselves. So thank you. I will see you later.